you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com. Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 20 years, we've been bringing the Chris Voss Show. We are the oldest living podcast still in existence that brings you 1 to 2 new shows a day. No one is outputting the volume that we do, and that makes us pretty exclusive. So be sure to share the show with your family, friends, and relatives. If you need to, just mail people free subscriptions or something. I don't know how that works. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com, YouTube.com, Facebook.com, all /Chris Voss, one word. You can follow us there. Opinions expressed by guests on the podcast are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the host or the Chris Voss Show. Some guests of the show may be advertising on the podcast, but it is not an endorsement or review of any kind. We have an amazing young man on the show we're going to be talking to today. His book is called Random Thoughts by C. Oliver Stewart. He's going to be joining us. We're going to talk about all the details. Isn't that what the kids say, the deets? I don't know what the kids say nowadays. I'm just making shit up. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Charles, how are you, sir?
Wonderful.
Good to have you, sir. And the best places to find you on the internet are people look for your book on Amazon. Is that correct?
Yeah, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and I think Apple.
Okay. Oh. And there'll be a link on the Chris Voss Show for folks who want to find it there. And so, Charles, give us a 30,000 overview. What's in this book?
It's just a collection of emails and jokes that I've passed around and received over the past 50 years. And one day I ran out of things to do. And I said, wait, maybe I'll write a book. So I put it all together in book form. And there's stuff that's in there that's stupid. It's funny. There's some soul searching stuff in there. It's just a mishmash of everything.
Yeah. Now, the book is a collection of emails that you have sent and received over 50 years and jokes that you've told, heard, or made up. It sounds like you're doing some stand-up work there on the email.
Pardon me? Stand-up work?
It sounds like you're doing some stand-up comedy work there on the email.
Not me.
Yeah. Now, do you write a lot of jokes? Is this a gig for you? Is it something that you've really developed and skilled over years?
Yeah, I just every once in a while I'll think of something, or I'll see something and put it into joke form, or just observations and stuff.
Yeah. What do you sending jokes to people?
What do I like about it? I like to see people laugh.
You and me. I get off on it. Do you get off on it? Does it give you juice when you make people laugh?
Yes, it does. I really enjoy it. In fact, I go to Culver's every day for lunch.
Uh-huh.
And I take an excerpt from my book every day.
Oh, really?
And they're always laughing.
Always laughing. Good. Now, on the cover, it says you include some different samples. This is interesting. 15 pieces of advice for your daughters. Can you tease a little bit of that out to us and give us
15 pieces of advice?
I don't know if that's one of your favorites. You don't have to read it if you just want to give us a synopsis of it, or it's up to you. Maybe the joke would be better on the show if you read it.
Yeah. It says, there's a few things that say, it says, love is blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener.
You wrote that?
No, I didn't write it. It's something I received.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and if you want a committed man, look at a mental hospital.
Oh, I love these jokes. Marriage jokes. I'm always
men are all the same. They just have different faces, so you can tell them apart.
I think I've heard that joke.
Never let your man's mind wander. It's too little to be out alone.
Oh, wow. Shots fired, folks. Shots fired.
And what else do I have here? I mark some stuff in the book, and
sure.
It says, okay, you are what you eat. Stay away from jerk chicken.
We're not going to delve too deep into that joke, I think.
And then here's something that's a little serious. Happiness comes through doors you didn't know you left open.
Oh.
That's like a soul search.
Yeah, that's kind of insightful, right? Yeah. Now, were these mostly jokes that came to you that other people wrote, or ones that you wrote, or kind of a mix of both?
It's a mix of both.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you have people that how did you get these emails? Because all I get are spam emails where people just want money and they want me to give them everything.
Well,
how did you get these folks that are so funny?
It's been 50 years, even before the internet, I started collecting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just stuff we passed around and so forth.
Yeah.
And if I see an email I don't recognize, I just delete it. So I get away from all of that. I'm not curious enough to read emails. I don't know who sent them. Because usually somebody wants money, or they're trying to scam me out of money, or whatever.
Yeah, that's usually the thing. I get all these people, they want to give business loans, and I think they're just fishing for your personal data. If you give them your personal data for a loan, they'll probably sell on the dark web or some crap. And so, yeah, I get that. And then I get these podcast helpers that are always like, we'll help you fake followers for your podcast, basically. And that's basically it. And yeah, and so they just pound my emails and my LinkedIn. It's crazy. Then there's a new thing that started in 2026. They all want to loan me money, business loans. And yeah, I think I said that. Yeah, I think they're just fishing. But yeah, so I don't find much funny in my email. In fact, the first thing I do is I go delete all the spam every morning. It's pretty easy to tell what it is. And then you have to block it now. It used to be I could just mark stuff as spam and stop coming. But now you have to physically block it. And some of it still makes it through my Gmail. I've been told that AI is helping people change up all their emails so that they can bypass the filters. And it's really crazy right now. We get pounded on emails and then phone calls. I can't even take a call from my mom without having it filtered because we were getting like 100 calls a day. Now they have to press 1 and say their name and do all this hoop jumping to get through. But yeah, it was insane. Her phone was just ringing. They would ring 4 times in a row from one number if you didn't stop it. And then you just get hundreds a day. You collected these stories. And at what point did you kind of have the aha moment where you're like, I should really compile these for a book? Or did you always intend to collect these and put them into a book?
It's really funny. My wife passed away about 4 years ago.
I'm sorry.
And I'm always active and always doing things because I'm kind of a A-type personality. And I was sitting at home one day and I went, I should look through all these emails and maybe I'll put it together in a book or something. And so I started reading them and everything, and I started laughing. And people don't laugh enough nowadays.
True.
Especially at themselves. You need to be able to laugh at yourself. Yeah. I do. Sometimes I screw up really big, and I just sit there and laugh.
I just get naked in front of the mirror and just point and laugh. Look at that fat guy. And I'm like, wait, that's me.
Why? Okay, let me ask you. Why does it take 1 million sperm to fertilize one egg?
Why?
Because they won't stop and ask directions.
Yeah, especially if you're in the wrong place. Anyway, where's my rim shot sound? Yeah, so the joke, why is laughter important, do you think? Why is it important for us to laugh at ourselves and see our folly and to just laugh and smile?
I think everybody's just too serious nowadays. It just got to stop and smell the roses.
Yeah. For
an old pun.
Yeah.
I see people working and they're not happy. And every job I've had, and I've had many different jobs, and it's like the first job I had was peeling a 100-pound sack of potatoes for $1. And the last job I had was a construction coordinator in the motion picture industry. And I had all kinds of different jobs in between. The first show I worked on was My Fair Lady with Rex Harrison. And the last show I worked on was that 70s show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had 40 years in the motion picture industry, and I got a real estate broker's license, a home inspector's license. I've just done all kinds of things. And all of a sudden I decided to write a book.
Wow. Yeah, laughter is important. I mean, some of those shows you worked on, the 70s show, that was a hugely funny show.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That was a lot of fun.
It was funny how they parodied my childhood in the 70s.
Yeah, it was a good show. I really enjoyed working on it.
Yeah, it really was. It had a long run too, if I recall rightly. I think it made it into, what's it called? After 7 years, 6 or 7 years, you get into syndication.
Syndication. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always good for the money. But yeah, it was funny to see those wild looking colors that we had in the 70s and the fridges. Stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it was the first thing that Ashton Kutcher did in the Mila Kilos. Mila
Oh,
Milos? Mila?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. But, you know, one of the shows I really liked working on was the Mod Squad. Most people never
really?
even heard of that.
Yeah, the original the Mod Squad back in the day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Used to have a party at the end of every show, and everybody just drink and drive home.
Yeah, those are different times back then, weren't they?
Yes, they were. I wouldn't dare drink and drive now.
Oh yeah, I think of some of the things I did when I was in my drinking years, and boy, I'm just so glad that nothing bad really happened. So other than who needs a liver, right?
Yeah, I was riding with a friend once, and we hit a parked car doing 70.
Oh wow!
I broke my jaw in 7 places, had 100 stitches in my face, and in a coma for 3 days. And
oh no!
yeah, and I came out smiling. Well,
Love your attitude about the whole thing. Now, was that in the days where back then they were barely putting seatbelts in cars?
we had no seatbelts.
Yeah.
It was 19.
They just figured you had enough room to bounce around inside those giant vehicles.
Yeah, it was
probably going to be fine.
Yeah, it was a 55 Chevy. We hit an Oldsmobile 98.
Wow.
And the Oldsmobile 98 went forward over the curb and knocked over a tree about 8 inches in diameter.
Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah, there was
I'm sorry. I said it gives me something to talk about, so
yeah.
I survived.
Yeah.
I always survived.
There was the original Mod Squad, and didn't they do a remake of it? They usually suck at that. There was 1968 to 73 one. That's the one you worked on?
Yes. Ty Andrews and Clarence Williams III, and Peggy Lipton and Michael. I can't remember Michael's last name, but
Yeah, see, I'm old enough to know these things.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to redo it in 1999. I remember them trying to remake that thing. And I was like, I don't know that you can capture lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's because it sucks. Every time they try and remake something, it rarely works out, right?
Very seldom.
Yeah, some of those classic shows from way back then, they're still doing a lot of original stuff, but now they just kind of rip everything off and re-mod it, regurgitate it, whatever, and it just doesn't capture the same magic. It's like doing a cover of Stairway to Heaven. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
There's some originals you shouldn't mess with. That's my policy. I'm talking to you people out there who sing Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Please make it stop, unless you're the band. No karaoke on that song. You wrote these jokes, and you're here to enlighten people. Do you have any future joke books coming out? Maybe jokes that you couldn't squeeze in the first book?
I think I'm one and done.
I'm done.
I'm 85 now, and I don't know what my next adventure is going to be. I'm looking for something different to do.
Maybe you could take these jokes on the road and do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I've seen some guys who retired doing stand-up comedy, and they tell a lot of old jokes about diapers and Viagra and stuff like that. I've seen people pull off all sorts of stuff. And so, you never might do that. Sounds like you're looking for another adventure.
I am. I just haven't decided what I want to do yet, but one day I'll be sitting around and something will come to me. And I did an invention about 5 or 6 years ago. It took me 3 years to get a patent, and it cost me too much to make it. I couldn't make a profit. I think I lost $30,000 or $40,000.
Oh no!
It was a scratch and pull that goes on 2 arms on 2 sides of an arm of a couch.
Oh, really?
It's about 10 inches wide on each side, and because cats are always scratching couches.
Yeah.
So I got this thing, and everybody said, "Wow, what a great idea!" and everything. So I got a patent and everything, but God, it cost me $40 to make them, and I could barely sell them at $50.
Oh,
so
wow.
I sold it. I had 700 of them, and I sold out, lost about 30 or 40. But hey, I'm an inventor.
Yeah. Have you always been inventing?
I've always been what?
Have you always been inventing stuff? Do you do it a lot in that field?
Building sets and everything. And there's unusual situations you get in, and you have to be creative and create things to make them work.
Yeah.
Nothing patentable or anything. You just have to think of a different way to do something that somebody's been doing one way all the while, and then you have to figure a new way of doing it or a better way of doing it. That's why I really enjoy the motion picture industry, because there was a challenge every day.
Yeah.
I always had to be on time and on budget. But if I was off budget, it was okay. I'd get yelled at. But if I was ever late, you're only as good as your last job. You can't be late. I was never late.
Yeah. Yep. What was your favorite? What did you find fulfilling about working on sets and TV?
Just taking it from an empty stage to building all the sets, having all the lighting put up and everything, and just from start to finish. And there was one show that I had 1 week to do it with an empty stage, and we worked 24 hours a day and got it done in a week. It was a Delta Burke show. I don't think it ever made it, but
Delta Burke, I remember her.
It's just so much. You never know what you're going to have, what's going to happen every day you go in. They'll be rehearsing a set, and they'll go, you know what, it'd be better if we had the door over here. So we have to come in the middle of the night and plug up this door and put a door over here, and when they rehearse and stuff. And mostly what I worked on was sitcoms.
Yeah.
And it would you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know. There might be a book coming maybe forward from you. It just seems like you might have more jokes. Did you have to leave a lot on the cutting room floor when you made these books?
Yeah, there's some I didn't put in there. Yeah.
Yeah. How many jokes would you say are in here? Did you have a count at all, or?
I haven't counted them, but hundreds
of jokes, and you can cite them and tell them and all that good stuff.
It's like the definition of a bachelor: a man who has missed the opportunity to make some woman miserable.
That's me. That certainly describes it, and also to make myself miserable too. I don't know. Sometimes they're already miserable without me. So, Random Thoughts by C. Oliver Stewart. Excerpts from a Cat's Diary was one of the joke themes that you had in the book. Do you have any good cat jokes or excerpts from their diary?
Oh, the excerpts from a cat's diary is a long one, but it's how cats act and what the cat's thinking. He says when the cat rubs up against your leg and everything, the cat's thinking, maybe I can trip them up and they'll fall down.
Then I can eat them.
And things like that cats do.
That's true. It's probably on purpose. Cats are pretty much evil 50% of the time, as I'm convinced. They're always up to something, and whether they're knocking something over, tripping you or clawing you or whatever. But yeah, I think I don't know how many people know this, but it's true. Cats will eat you when you die first, and dogs dogs will stay by you. I got this from a person who was a detective, and so they would find the body, and they're like, "Yeah, cats will eat you first." They don't give a shit. They'll just go right for it, and if your body's sitting there for several days. But dogs won't. They'll just lay by you and be worried like they are. They're good that way. I suppose eventually, if they ran out of food for a long enough time, they'd probably have a feast. But hopefully by then somebody smelled your body.
Yeah.
Well, this show got really dark and macabre, didn't it? I was trying to do a joke, but it turned. Wow. We just went right down the dark.
I've got 2 cats and 2 dogs. And
oh yeah.
The dogs follow me from room to room. The cats don't care.
Yeah, cats are an interesting species. I always tell the joke. People go, Chris, why didn't you ever get married? And I say, if I wanted something that hated me half the time and loved me the other half of the time, I just get a cat. That's how cats roll, and women.
Yeah, they're very independent.
Yeah, sometimes they're really needy and they really want you, and then other times they're just disgusted by you and want nothing to do with you, and you're just like, make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a design flaw or a design on purpose.
I've got this one cat that when I'm laying down sleeping, he likes to get up and sleep on top of me.
Oh, On your chest or when you're laying
on my side?
Yeah.
On my side. Yeah, he sleeps on my side.
When I was a kid.
So then I don't want to move and disturb him.
Yeah, but you're stuck if you want to roll over. Like I roll over on both sides throughout the night. I get tired of one side and flip over. So yeah, you're kind of stuck because you're like.
I'm sure that I roll over when I go to sleep, but
yeah. I used to have a cat that would try and wake me up when I was a kid. My parents had the cat, and I would be sleeping on my side, and it would come up on my shoulder and arm, and sit there and start making biscuits to wake me up. And they're making, how they make their little biscuits where they kind of claw, and they kind of make little fists. Yeah, they were making biscuits on my thing, and so that would wake me up because he would be like literally clawing at me. And I'd be like, "Get off my shoulder!" And he'd just keep coming back until I got up. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Roundabout, give people your final pitch on picking up your book, where they can find it, and maybe where they can reach you on the internet, et cetera, et cetera.
It's on Amazon. It's at Barnes and Noble and Apple. I don't know what the Apple thing is, but it's on Apple. Sure. And it's just a collection of emails I've sent and received over the last 50 years. And there's just a lot of funny stuff in it. There's some serious stuff in it. And it's just a mishmash of everything.
All right.
Some of it's a little raunchy.
Oh, there's a little bit of blue in there, as they used to call it.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a joke about Hillary. I think there's a Bill Clinton thing in here.
Oh, Bill Clinton and Hillary jokes. Those always pay off. Yeah. I did not have sex with that woman.
Yeah.
Remember that line.
Yeah, I have some quotes from George Carlin, too.
Oh, George was amazing. George was a father to me. He was so great.
Yeah.
He was so great. He inspired me in so many ways, and his take on religion and just the world, his way of looking at things.
Yeah, he had a really weird way to it's like you never really learn to swear until you learn to drive.
Or golf.
That's a George Carlin.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or golf. I always tell people I tried golfing for a while, and all I did was learn to swear better.
but there's stuff in here about like a woman going up to an ATM and a man going up to an ATM and how long it takes the woman to do the ATM and how quickly the man does it. And it's for cat lovers, dog lovers. There's lots of things in about cats and dogs. There's a Democrat Republican thing in there. It's like Democrats can't wish you Merry Christmas. They have to say like 1,000 words to wish you Merry Christmas, and the Republicans, they just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah. There you go. A little bit of
it's political. It's just everything.
Everything in the kitchen sink, as they would say.
Yeah.
So it's been wonderful to have you on the show.
There we go. I'm sorry.
All right, Charles, it was wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Folks, pick up his book wherever fine books are sold. It's called Random Thoughts by C. Oliver Stewart. You can find a link for it on the Chris Voss Show and check it out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Refer the show to your family, friends, and relatives. Folks, help us out. Give us some love and share the show with your friends. Facebook.com, YouTube.com, and LinkedIn.com, all / Chris Voss, one word. Thanks for being here. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the most amazing, intelligent podcast ever made to improve your brain and your life. Warning, consuming too much of the Chris Voss Show podcast can lead to people thinking you're smarter, younger, and irresistible sexy. Consume in regularly moderated amounts. Consult a doctor for any resulting brain bleed.